Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing tonight? Welcome to Life with Tashana. How y'all doing tonight? We're gonna give some people a chance to come in. So how has y'all day been today? Y'all go ahead and let me know. Please do, please do. Ain't nobody in here ready to talk. Well, hey Tasha Speaks, how you doing? Good to see you in the building. Hey Shalissa. You in bed listening. That's a good place to be. Um, well, while we I got a couple of things that I want to get on. That's good, Tasha. Um, it's a couple of things that I want to hit on. I don't know what conversation y'all got for tonight, but these are a couple of things that I want to hit on for today. One of the things that I one of the things that I want to say right from the beginning, and I want to say it again at the end. I hope all of y'all paying attention to what's happened. If you live on the coast area, the coastal areas, and everything like that, y'all pay close attention to the port strikes that they have out there, because there are going to be shortages. Y'all need to pay attention to that. And it ain't gonna be the kind of shortages that y'all are thinking that it's gonna be, when you run out there and you go and hoard toilet paper and all of that kind of stuff. It's not gonna be that this time. The thing that's gonna be shocking to a lot of people is it's going to be your things like your fruits and vegetables in the fresh vegetable section, like the perishable things that can spoil. um you know those things is what's going to be out there on those at those ports, um not being any good. So those of you all who loves like smoothies and stuff like that, bananas is going to be some of the first things that you're going to be missing. So don't y'all say Shauna didn't warn y'all. Y'all smoothie drinkers, go load up on your bananas and put you some away, because you're not going to, and it's not going to only be those things that you make your smoothies and stuff with. um y'all better go ahead and, those of you all who like those things, I wouldn't even be surprised like if the restaurants and stuff don't run into some problems with getting those things, which I'm pretty sure probably is going to happen. But y'all pay attention to those things. Anything that you like over in the fresh section, like your lettuce and stuff like that right there, those are the things that everybody might be running to the stores and swiping everything off the counters and stuff right now, but um it's not going to be those things. And that's why, and whatever you have of those things that you like your best, if you got some of it and it's a seed and able to grow some, grow it yourself. Try to grow some. And while we on the subject of weeds, I was over and looking at um it's Gamma's World, and one of her things she was talking about was even a weed can grow. And for the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about the liar. Um, and even just thinking about that, I wanted to say, if a weed can grow, I also know that you, the liar, you can grow. Just as a weed can grow, and it can be beneficial, because weeds are very beneficial. They're not just here for nothing. We talking about, the weeds that grow on your ground and everything. They're very beneficial. They very beneficial in the garden too. There's a time when your flowers need to go to rest, and there's nothing growing there. Those weeds grow over it to nourish the ground back to the health that all your fruits and vegetables done growed in that soil for that time, those weeds grow there to replenish that garden. But also there's a time that those weeds, they kind of get in the way and they get plucked when you no longer useful. But right now it seems like everyone is looking at you as you know, as someone who needs a little bit more nourishment. And right now, everyone is looking at you as sometimes we do in the garden, and we decide, oh, are the seeds we planted, or are you a weed that need to be plucked? And it even feel crazy, which I'm bouncing around my words right now to even just say this right now. Because I spoke to so many people that got so much love for you, you don't even understand. Um, and I don't even know if you deserve this option right now, but right now, you actually have an option to still have your team, your whole team. Cause you know, love don't just turn off like that. And at this time, you looking like one of the weeds in the garden where you know sometimes you plant seeds and sometimes your seeds that you plant they kind of look like the weeds that grow in the garden. And what I'm saying to you right now in this moment is you get to decide whether you gonna be that collard green or that cabbage that could be mistaken for a weed, you know, a dollar weed that's growing next to it. You get to decide which one you want to be. But currently, the state that you in is unacceptable. But I'm telling you, what I've been concurrently hearing a lot, that people still got room to show you love and to give love to you, but the lies are unacceptable. So decide whether you want to be a weed or a fruitful flower. You get to decide. And that's by your actions, not by your words. Thanks, Gamma, for that segment. The next thing that I wanted to say, and remember, y'all, you know, at any time you can write in the chat, you know, what you wanted to talk about for today. But the next thing that I wanted to speak on was the family that we had. Well, not the family, but there was three situations that had happened all at the same time that we had been speaking on. And the update on that is things are very, very strange about this case that we had been discussing. Um, because we have yet to look in the newspaper, we have yet to look online. And there is no information. Nobody's talking about it, and it's the weirdest thing ever that it's not in. There's, it's almost as if it didn't happen. But what we did want to stay on, and also to give condolences. Hold on just 1 second, you all. My children. Okay, before our conversation was interrupted. Um I wanted to I don't know if I said it before I answered that, but condolences to the family um that is in this situation. But we are not finding any information in the newspaper. I know none of that stuff like that. There's just no information about it, and it's really weird. But anyways, the reason that we initially started talking about it is because it was the thing that was my sister needed to talk about it. It's the second time this scary situation that has happened. And so basically what we wanted to do is from this point forward is like talk on it is like um talking about situations where like you need to talk about it just to like get it out your system to get peace about it. Yeah, and it's just it's so many details to this situation that we don't even know how to um you don't even know how to keep up with this situation or whatever. You don't know what the players are in this story. No, none of that. So we just want to use like the situations that's off of it and see how we can learn from any of these situations. And one of the other reasons why we bought it, why we talked about it too, was because we grew up in a similar situation as to something that happened like this. Was it did all the traumatic things happen that happened in this situation? No, it didn't. All those situations didn't happen. Nobody was unalived in the situation. But that beginning is still our situation that we in right now, and we still can see all of the damages and stuff that came from that situation that we still dealing with right now in our family. So we just gonna talk about this situation in other ways, things that we can pull from those situations that happen, because it's just, and it's also too like everyone, I guess, is kind of feel the same way because everyone in the neighborhood also is like everything is just quiet now. Nobody's talking about it, and everybody's kind of acting like it really didn't happen. And so we just gonna um talk about other little stories off of that situation is all I can say about it. Now, I don't know if we saw it, like if something else came up about it, or like we can see that there is other information or something about it, because there is some questions that we had, because there were some missing clues that's there. We all wanted to know what happened when he went around that corner to the other person's house. We was at least wanting to be able to follow the trial or something, to be able to see what happened from that point. So, I guess from what we seeing right now, we will never know. I just don't know. Hey, Kanita. I just don't even know. Hey, Sonny. Hey, Sonny. uh, you like it's something important. Well, what you call yourself doing? But yeah, it's kind of hard to keep up with that story. You not knowing who the players is, people missing and stuff. We don't really, even if we did really know their names, which I don't know. I don't know the player, any of the players' names. I'm not even from that place or whatever. But still, if y'all notice, I never use names on here anyways. If you want to make up the story, hey Korean, if you want to make up a story and say it's whoever it is, it's whoever, go ahead and be my guest. But I don't use names on here. And when I'm talking to the screen, like I'm talking to you, to you or whatever, literally the person who I'm talking to, I know that they're in here watching when I talk to them. So that's why I be doing this. A lot of people will cut me off and I don't have no way of like communicating with them and all of that stuff, and then they'll say that they be trying to communicate with you. They really don't. What they do is they'll hang up on you and stuff like that. So then when I'm on here, can't nobody hang up the phone on me or no nothing, and I can still get out of me what I need to say, and I can move on with my day. Ain't that work? Ain't that how it work? um, but those were my things for today that I came on here that I wanted to talk about. But again, I'm going right back to that strike because I know that's something that's going anybody living on the along the coastal areas like Baltimore area coming on down, the ports are on strike. The ports are on strike. Do I think they're going to submit to them sooner or later? Absolutely. That's a lot of money being messed up out there with the stuff sitting around. But one day of the ports going on strike is more than is more than enough to cause a little bit of damage. So you will see, and you already know with the ports going on strike, people already done started going. Because today when I went to the grocery store today, just because we went to the grocery store today, and I did regular smegular grocery shopping. Um, yeah. Um, and like I told y'all, those of y'all who like the bananas from the grocery store, and think this another thing too. I told y'all before that those of you all who like smoothies and stuff, like to get your fruits and vegetables fresh, you're the ones that gonna have a lot of issues with the ports and stuff like that, especially if you depend on your fruits and vegetables to come from like your grocery stores and stuff. That's where your shortages are gonna come. So go get your bananas and your fruits and stuff if you're the smoothie people, because that's your effects are going to come, your fresh fruits and vegetables. I don't know why I always trip over that when I get ready to say that, but that's where your problem is going to come from. It's not going to be your toilet paper, the stuff that you ran for during the pandemic. It's not going to be that. It's going to be your fresh stuff. So those of you all know, share it with your family and stuff. If you don't have the options at the grocery stores and you really want stuff that is fresh and stuff, go check out, look for your local farmers markets and stuff like that. You may not see it just yet, but you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it. We on day two of this strike. So just know it's not gonna be your things, but it ain't nothing wrong with your things that are non-perishable. Keep stocked up on those things. But your things that are perishable, like your like the stuff what they put in those freezers and stuff like that, any of those perishable kinds of things, problem, it's gonna be a problem. So and they're trying to move stuff around to other ports and stuff like that, but that get more expensive, making the price again go up. Um, when they're trying to move them around to different ports. So, but I'm telling y'all now, if you got fresh vegetables and stuff that you make your smoothies and stuff like that, or you just like to get fresh vegetables and stuff and you like to cook them and everything, even your frozen vegetables and stuff like that, problem. You're gonna run into a problem with all of that stuff. So um those are the kinds of things that you probably want to be looking for to stock up on. Not so much like you should have your rice and stuff already should have been like building and stuff like that. Perishable things, be thinking of that. A lot of people weren't thinking about those things. We was thinking more like the stuff, like the cans and the rice and that type of stuff. It's not that type of stuff this time. So hear me out. So, and that's another reason why. And that's why I say, when you go to the fresh fruit and vegetable section in the store, I gotta make up a name for that area over there because I'm getting tired of saying that because I be tripping over the words. Whatever you get from over there in that section, if it got a seed in it, throw it on the ground and let it grow. I ain't say take care of it. I say get the seed, throw it on the ground, and let it grow. Some of those things that you going to pick up from the grocery store, you can grow them right there in your yard. Pick them up and do what you need to do with them. But there it is. That's anything that's perishables. Think about it. If your kids eat pizzas, if your kids eat chicken nuggets and all of that stuff, that perishable stuff, all that stuff gonna be out there. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tides roll away. Mm-hmm. So, you know, other than that, that's my news that I have for you all today. And me too. I had a whole bunch. I had a bunch of packs of zucchini seeds that I thought they were not any good anymore, and I'm learning more and more every day. Ain't no throwing away no seeds. I dumped all them zucchini seeds inside one of them blue bins that I had. I dumped every last one of them in there. And when I dumped them in there, I want to tell you, it was about 10 packs of seeds, maybe. Out of those 10 packs of seeds, I had more than 100 zucchini plants came up. So those seeds was old seeds. If you find a pack of old seeds, don't throw them in the garbage just because they say they expire and whatever, because these seeds had an expiration date of 2020 on them that they were supposed to be expired, and this is 2024 and there were 10 packs of them. And all I got to believe the way that they look, I'm figuring every seed in the pack came up. So if you running across any seeds, and I know people love to pretend like they high class or something like that. If you like one of those like dumpster divers or something, you see stuff on the side of the road, you check it out and stuff like that. I've done that before and found some nice stuff before on the side of the road. If you find seeds and stuff in that thing, don't just flake past it on. Take them seeds. It's somebody out there who might like them. Take them and let your kids play around with them. Let them dump them in the gardens. Save that stuff because you all have no idea of what's about to kick off from this. So those of you all who here, do something. Put something in the ground. You ain't got to go and buy no seeds. I'm telling you, you got a tomato. My kids had burgers for dinner tonight. You find a seed on your plate, rake that seed down on the ground and start to grow something. Get your kids out there and start getting them to grow some stuff. My friend asked me tonight, as I'm going to get some bananas, did I get any bananas from the store? I started to say no, I ain't getting no bananas from the store because since I've been eating the bananas that we grow on the tree in my yard, I actually don't like the bananas in the grocery store anymore because they don't taste the same. I just can't encourage you enough to grow something your own self, because right now these stores and stuff are not going to be able to be we're not going to be able to depend on them for everything. But again, I say to you, if you run into an issue with your grocery stores trying to find the fresh fruits and vegetables that you need, do not forget to check with your local farmers market. They're supposed to be the ones that's growing these fruits and vegetables that I be telling you to grow in your own garden. They're supposed to be, that's where these fruits and vegetables are coming from these people that's actually going out there in their yard and taking care of the plants and stuff and bringing that. Even sometimes at the farmers market, you begin stuff that they send to the grocery stores and stuff too. It don't be no different. But anyways, that's a second place where you can be able to go to and get you um some of the things that you need in the grocery store. Corinne, you welcome. You know, I'll be trying to like give some of the things that that I find out on the daily, but the more and more I hear about this stuff, the more and more I start to try and take places. And like I said to you all, the only thing I'm waiting on to I haven't been, as long as y'all ain't been out to the garden with me. That's how long I have not been. I haven't been out to the garden. And here, y'all know it's been raining. We done had a hurricane. It been raining here so much. It's only little pieces of the tree that been cut off the tree that fell down over there. And then too, we got to get on the same sink for we can get with the neighbors for the tree doesn't fall because it's over the top of their hot tub and stuff. So I mean, there's so many different things going on. You can't really do nothing. By the time I get ready to go out into the garden, it's raining and everything. Cause I'm on grandma duties right now, and so when we go back out to the garden and we see I'm waiting on my wood and I'm patiently waiting on it because I know when it come. Hey T Sherelle, I know when it come I'm gonna be so happy to be able to throw the rest of my garden together. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm still collecting my things that I need to get that garden complete with. And so once it come in, we gonna be on a whole nother road with our garden things. But I'm trying to pack it in everywhere that I can. That's what I'm saying to y'all. Wherever you see dirt at on your property, if you got grass growing there, you can't eat no grass. Well, certain kinds of grass you can't eat, but not the kind of grass that I'm talking about. You can't eat no grass. If you can put something down there, do you know carrots kind of have a similar look like grass if you grow them in a certain way? Get that grass from up from there and sprinkle some carrot seeds down there. Let some carrot seeds grow in a certain part of your yard. You don't need to do anything to carrots. Put some water, sprinkle some water on them, and keep on growing. Grow your own carrots. That's another thing that's gonna sit out there. I don't know how good carrots gonna last out there or whatever. But y'all keep up with this pork strike. I think the strikers are going to win because in this situation, they are how we get our food. And so they've been asking for some raises and stuff for a minute, and they have not been able to come to any common ground with their situation. So I'm pretty sure after this go on for so long, they gonna be like, let us come to some kind of agreement with these folks so they can get this port up and going, because at this time it don't even matter. 2 days with the port not moving, not two, one, two, but 3 of them not moving, we gonna feel it sooner or later. Anybody who's on those coastal areas, the Baltimore all the way down to the Florida and all of that stuff down the coast, you're gonna feel it. So keep up with places where you can get your fresh vegetables and fruit from, if you're not already growing. And then remember, when you get those fresh vegetables from the farmer's market or wherever in your supermarket or whatever, try and grow some of it. Let it be a project for you. You don't have to be interested in gardening, but you seeing that stuff start to grow can encourage you to do it. And that's just something you do on your free time. It don't have to be like it turn into hard work. It can grow into something you just enjoy doing. Gardening, you ain't always got to be on your feet. You can sit down and do that too. But it can be very beneficial for you. I can't tell you how much it is, how much it has helped me. And so I'm telling y'all, and in these times, if you got your own food out there growing, then you ain't got to worry about the strikes that's going on out there. But if you got good people who you you got a neighbor over there that's growing fruits and vegetables, in their garden over there. You keep your rice and stuff stocked up that you don't like to go out in the yard and grow nothing and everything. You keep your rice and your sugars and your flours, your pastas and all of that stuff uploaded. Honey, you and your neighbor gonna make it real good because you gotta be thinking about everybody gotta be able to help. My neighbors always be saying, girl, I be trying to grow stuff too, just like you. I'm always looking over the fence at the stuff that you growing over there, but I can't seem to grow nothing. I can't seem to grow anything. I can't seem to grow anything, but I told y'all before, I already found out her problem why she can't grow nothing over there because of her dogs. Her dogs always be watering her stuff, if you know what I mean. So that's why she can't never grow nothing. So she have to fence off an area like to keep them off of there. But she was at one point doing a good thing. But you all, wipe out some of your grass and you know throw you some seeds down there, make you a little dump garden. I remember one time I made me a little dump garden that I got the extra cinder blocks that we had here in my yard, and just made a little square on the ground and raked the dirt up inside of it, took the grass out of it, and we just started throwing like almost like a compost bin. Any of your vegetables and stuff that you have left over, we throw it in there. That stuff actually started to grow. It just started to grow. We didn't really tend to it or anything, maybe put some water on it at a time. And then there was a couple of times my kids seen things growing in there and they would want to dig it out of there and put it in a flower pot and grow it like that. My daughter grew our first apple tree just like that. So you'll be amazed at the things you can grow. And there's so many things that I have proof of it right here in my yard that I grow from the grocery store, which then as I can encourage you all to do the same thing, because I've tried it, I've done it, and it is successful. So, all you got to do is try it. Oh, let me give you some of the things too that you can go in the grocery store. Um, who likes to get butter? You get lettuce from the grocery store. Though you all go in the grocery store and they got the lettuce that's inside of those like plastic containers, and it's still any lettuce that still has the bottom on it, as long as it's not sliced up lettuce. Do you know that you can take the bottom of the lettuce? Don't destroy the core of the bottom of the lettuce. Don't destroy that. Take the bottom of that lettuce and sit it in some water. And don't you know the lettuce will start to grow back out on that lettuce. Actually, you can keep it in that same plastic container. If it's like a solid plastic container, keep that container and put just a little bit of water in it and let it sit in there. The container will start to create condensation. The lettuce will start to grow back on that. That lettuce is edible. It will also start to grow roots on it, and you can replant that lettuce and it will grow lettuce just like the seed. Actually, when that lettuce grows, if it starts to bolt, which when I say bolt, it will start to grow tall. When it grows tall, that lettuce will create seeds, which then you can grow more of that same lettuce. And hopefully I'm making sense to somebody. But right now I'm telling you, in the situation that you're in, don't go through the supermarket and buy you a head of butter lettuce and it has that core on it, or any lettuce that has the core on it. And at this time that things are happening, because it doesn't take a long time for a lettuce to start to grow the leaves back out on the side of it. Put the core of it, sit it in water, and watch it start to grow back out. And as it grow back off, you can actually go there and cut the lettuce back off of it onto your plate, rinse it off, and it's more lettuce. I don't know if any of you all know, you can plant lettuce today, and you can have lettuce up and growing within 3 days. In less than 4 or 5 days, that lettuce is big enough for you then to take it and eat it. You don't have to cut it all off. The lettuce will keep growing and keep replenishing itself. Lettuce you can grow in your window. I say lettuce because a lot of people eat salads and stuff. No excuse. So that's one of the things that you can get from out of the grocery store, and you can actually start to grow it back instantly. The same way you can do lettuce that way, you can also do the same thing with cabbage. If you do not destroy the core, you can sit it in water. The cabbage will start back to grow on that core again. Let me see if I can think of something else that you can. Celery. You get your celery from the grocery store. And I'm telling y'all this stuff right now because right now you're going to come up with shortages of this stuff. You can sit celery, the bottom of a celery. You can sit it inside of a Hey Gamma's World. I was just talking about you. My first segment today was even a weed can grow. A celery, the bottom of it, it still has that flat surface at the bottom of it. You can sit that celery in water, and that celery will continue to grow. Just the bottom of it. It just needs to, say like you took the top off of your sour cream, your sour cream jar that you bought from the store. You can literally use the top from your sour cream bottle and put water in just that right there and leave your lettuce in, and you can put a couple of drops of water in. Not well, you can do the celery or the lettuce the same way. You can put a couple of drops of water in that little thing. Is almost like a reservoir, and let the celery sit in that. It will create roots, and you can replant that celery and it will continue to grow. I'm gonna have to catch the beginning of this. Yeah, it was, it's all good. I happened to come, I was over there looking at one of your videos and talking about even a weed can grow. So yeah, I actually love that Gamma. But I'm trying to think of other things that, what are some things that y'all like to go into the fresh, the fresh section of the grocery store and pick up? Because I'm trying to think about fruits and vegetables that you can get from over there, because those are the shortages that we're about to run into. It's not your typical shortages that from the pandemic, like your toilet paper and all of that kind of stuff. Those are not the kind of shortages what's finna be a problem right now. Your store ain't gonna run out of that kind of stuff, but what you're gonna run into is the problem with the stuff that goes in those freezers and all of that. Anything that's perishable, that's what you're finna have a problem with. So you're gonna have a problem with your smoothies, probably your restaurants and stuff like that. They probably all gonna run into a problem, because I bet you if I asked you what is the first ingredient that people put in a smoothie, if we was playing Family Feud right now, what is one of the main things people would say that they put in a smoothie? I don't know, T. Sherelle. Now avocados is a good one. I actually, Gamma, where I just moved from, we actually had an avocado tree, and we used to have them by the basket loads. The Spanish people used to buy them from us by the basket. I remember I went to this one Spanish lady house that I know for a very long time, and she used to buy them by the basket loads from me. And one time I went and took them to her, and she filled her whole two sides of her sink up with them, and she wanted every last one of them. But anybody getting that's a good one though. You get an avocado from the store, an avocado seed will take. We don't put them. Okay, for us, when we don't try the avocado seed, we don't took them out there, and they always end up being in the wrong place. But an avocado tree does not like to be uprooted and moved to a different place. It like to be where it's gonna be at, and it don't like to be moved. So we've had avocado trees come up several times, but they was just in the wrong place. They like, you just take it, because we got a habit of, you open the back door, and if it's a seed, we throw it on the ground, and usually if it takes or whatever, we just dig it up and put it into something. And so it just so happened every time it get thrown down on the ground, it's always in the wrong place, and because nobody's thinking we need to throw it in a certain spot. But we got to catch on to that. But avocados is another one that you get from over in the fresh section. You can take the avocado seed, and you can stick 2 toothpicks in the side of it, and you can sit the bottom half of it in water and let it sit in the water, and it will start to make the roots come out of it. You can wait for a while for it, because the avocado tree will actually, from just the water, it will start to grow. If you keep the seed touching the water, the tree will start to grow inside of the vase or whatever that you have it in. right there in the window in your house. Again, something you can start inside of your house. You don't have to go outside and be in the garden. Wouldn't it be wonderful to know I started this avocado tree from an avocado from the store, and I started it in my window? I just went outside and I dug a hole for it. And what if that tree is the tree of life for you? It speak life into you. I started growing that tree, and this is the tree that's going to speak life into wherever I'm trying to go grow to right now. And as that tree grow, it start to speak to you because you the one planted it out there. But that avocado seed, you can start to grow it right there in the window inside of your house, and you will actually see the leaves grow up on it. So that's another thing. Bananas, you can't do nothing with a banana, but T Sherelle, if I could, I'd dig you a because if you find somebody who, this is a one of the suggestions that I give to you. A lot of you all go to a friend's house and they have a banana tree right there growing in their yard. You know, another banana tree. All you need is, if you look around those banana trees, there's little banana trees growing all around it. If you can ask your friend, hey, can I get a piece of one of those? Because if you go and look over there, there's probably about 20 of them. Nobody ever really pays attention to them. I can go to my banana tree tomorrow and show y'all how many little sprouts it got going around it. If you can go to one of those sprouts and you can dig it up and it has the little roots onto that little tree that you just dug up, voila. All you need is just one little tiny plant, and put it somewhere, probably like in the area where like your air condition maybe drip water from. That's what what my godmother did with her banana tree. She put it next to a place where water was dripping, and now it's so big and pretty. And she hasn't had it that long, but it got a great water source and it grows very well. So if y'all see somebody with banana trees in their yard, don't be afraid to ask them for one of those little bitty pups. They can be this little, long as it got some little roots on there. So that's a way that you can get banana trees. And if it don't got a good water source, just throw some water on it every now and then and watch it grow. Spinach, strawberries, mangoes, lemons, and celery. The spinach, you definitely gonna have to have a seed for it. I already told y'all before how you can do your strawberries. Peel, you don't have to throw away a strawberry. Peel the strawberry just like it's a orange or a kiwi or something like that. Take you a paper towel, lay the wet side on the paper towel, and by the next morning, if I did it tonight at 11:14, which it's 11:14 p.m. tonight. By the time I lay it on that paper towel by tomorrow morning, the seeds will it will already have dried out, and I can pick it up and I can take that seed. I can take a notebook or whatever it is that I want to take and lay it down, and I can rub the top of it and it will flake the seeds off on it. You can plant those seeds, create your own strawberry plants. Mangoes. If you buy a mango from the store, go outside. Don't pay it no attention. Just dig a hole in a place in your yard where you don't mind a tree growing at. Don't do nothing to the mango. And I don't care if you live in a cold place and somebody tell you it ain't gonna make it. Go out there and plant it and see what it do. Don't let nobody tell you these climates be changing and doing all kind of crazy stuff. It don't matter. You already done paid for it. If it grow, it grow. If it don't, it won't. So you can't lose. You've already paid for it. You paid for it with your food. Your food happened to come with a seed planted in the ground. Um, Lemons. If you have a lemon, if you have any kind of citrus, because you lucky to find any citrus. I'm here in Florida where we have all kind of citrus that, but just so happen these kinds of days, a lot of your citrus ain't got no seeds in it, which is crazy from where when I was a little kid, we used to be spitting out seeds all the time. Any seed that you get, whether it's from a lemon, a orange, or a grapefruit, do not throw those seeds away. Anybody who has one, I don't care what it comes from, because just because you may not like a lemon, you may not like a lime, you may not like a grapefruit, you may not like an orange. It doesn't matter, because you don't know what's going to come out of that seed, because they've been played, the genetics in it has been played with so much. plant the seed and see what kind of citrus you're gonna get. And guess what? If you don't like the citrus that comes on that tree, I guarantee you it's somebody else that will like the citrus that comes on that tree. But ain't it better to grow a tree that can produce food on it than to have a tree that's just there and it ain't gonna produce you no fruit? And fruit trees clean the air and all that good stuff right there. Okay, I told y'all how to do the celery. Okay, wow, I eat like 5 per week. Um, what you do? Avocado, is that avocados or the, because you know I'm behind. Kale. Kale, if it's still on the stem, just like the collard greens can, it's a possibility that you can put them in water and make the roots come back. But you know, a lot of that stuff like that, they starting to put it in the grocery store by the stems because they already done caught on to that. You can take the stuff and you can grow back and plant it. And you know, the grocery stores don't want you growing your own food. They want you to continue to um, pay for the food that they have in the stores and stuff like that. This is so amazing to me. I wish I even had a patio at this point. That's all right, Gamma. Watch and see what when you get that garden fever, because I feel it coming on anyways. Once you get that garden fever, let me tell you something. You will create a way for bugs and stuff uh don't be a part of your situation, because you will create a way that you want to do it. I'm telling you, take that one thing. Oh, Tisha, you in Florida too? Yes, I'm over here in Florida. So I'm telling you, Tisha, anything that you get and it's fresh from over there in that section, remember, you are I ain't throwing this in the garbage. I paid my money for it. Throw it out there on the ground somewhere where everybody don't be walking around or something, or just create you a little space and tell them, y'all don't walk over here in this area. Get you a laundry basket, an old laundry basket where the handles done broke off of it, and put it over there on the ground and shovel some dirt in it and say, this is my little garden. I'm telling you, the smallest little gardens will make you it will broaden your horizon. You know, get you some 5-gallon buckets from a restaurant or something that be throwing the buckets in the garbage. You know, there's all kinds of ways to do it, but when little stuff like this come up, it make you wish that you had more things you know, growing in your place. I wish I was ahead. I wish I wouldn't have lost all of the things that I lost out in the garden and everything now. But you know, what matters is now is that I'm doing something, trying to get back to that place. So and I'm definitely doing the work, because right now I'm looking at right now is all these zucchini plants over here. And if we don't have nothing else but some zucchini, we gonna have some zucchini. And these gonna have to go out in the garden. We have a little bit of space out there, but we don't have enough space out there to put no 100 zucchini plants. So I got plans to give some of them away, but I'm definitely gonna figure out some other places that I can just plant them and see what they're gonna do. But I'm trying to see what just about all of my plants and stuff gonna do. So you all remember, put your seeds and stuff that you've already put your money into and everything, and do what you need to do. And just remember, your farmers markets and stuff is probably gonna be your best friend for about definitely y'all ones that love sweet potato pies and stuff like that for the holidays and stuff like that. Your bell peppers, your onions. Oh gosh. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, those of y'all who cook big and stuff like that for the holidays and everything, go ahead and get like your onions, your bell peppers, and all of that kind of stuff, and go ahead and cut it up and freeze it. Freeze your onions, your bell peppers, or buy them already frozen and stuff from the store. Watch and see. I'm telling you, a lot of people you're gonna hear a lot of people, they run into the store and they going to load up on like toilet paper, dry goods, and everything, and you're gonna keep going in the store and you're gonna see all of that stuff. They're not gonna run out of that. And I'm telling you, I looked in the store today. I needed to buy toilet paper today, just because it was time for me to buy toilet paper. When I went in the store, all the shelf with the toilet paper and all of that stuff was wiped out in the store today. I was like, oh, okay, I see where we at right now. So, but I'm telling y'all, those that love to cook and stuff during the holidays and everything, go ahead and get your, those things, your sweet potatoes. And you can keep sweet potatoes for a good amount of time and they'll just start growing like little sprouts. Those sprouts too that grow on those sweet potatoes. The sprouts that start growing on your sweet potatoes when they sitting on your counter? Do you know you can just break those off and just sit them into just a little bit of water, and they actually make pretty plants, and you can also eat those as they grow. They look like house plants if you grow them, if you put them in water inside of your house. They are very, very pretty. Look just like house plants. You don't believe me? All you got to do is try it. You can actually snip those leaves off and you can eat them just like they spinach. So again, um, push come to shove, you can use sweet potato leaves. Um, I'm just trying to think of what else I can think about. But yeah, get your sweet potatoes. You can if you got sweet potatoes right now and you had them and you kept them until Christmas time, they would be fine. I don't know if anybody has ever kept a sweet potato that long, but if you keep them on the counter, they should keep for that long. But it's been a long time since I had to get any sweet potatoes. I bought one bag of sweet potatoes last week from the grocery store, and I really didn't have to buy that because, to be honest with y'all, that one being that I be showing y'all with the sweet potato vines all over the place. Those sweet potatoes are ready. I just said that I was gonna hang on to them until round Thanksgiving time, and then I was gonna pull them up then. But if I wanted to go out there, I can go out there and start harvesting sweet potatoes right now. Y'all know I have them everywhere, but they are really pretty plants to grow. You can put them in different places in your house. Put them in a big vase and let them just it's a crawling vine, and they are very green and very, very pretty. um but you can put them a lot of places inside of your house, and house plants clean the air inside of your house just like the air conditioned vents. They help to clean you know your air in your house. That's why your plants collect you have dust and stuff be on your plants, because that's what they there for, to clean your air. Yes, they do last a long time. So y'all that can't come through and say Shauna ain't warned y'all about what is and what ain't gonna be in the store, because you may run into it right now, but then you're gonna go back in the store later on looking for it for Thanksgiving, and they ain't gonna be sitting there because why, they done already wiped them out, and then they still like they're sitting in the port somewhere, and they might already, and by the time they get to wherever they get into, they might already be baked for you. And I don't think y'all want them that way, do you? But if y'all ain't got anything else to throw out there, but I think I gave y'all a whole bunch of different ways that you can do with your thing. Think different when you go into the grocery store this time. See what you can work with. Recording and stuff, make some shorts and stuff, and let's see what we can get going and growing in that way. And if you make a short or something about something you trying to grow, please let me know that you put it up. I would love to track the progress of what it is you're doing, and if I can help you and tell you some ways that I did certain things um while I was experimenting with those things growing from the grocery store. I would love to give you whatever knowledge I know, and I don't know a whole bunch about it, but I probably can look at something and say, oh, maybe you got too much water on it, maybe you don't have enough water on it, or whatever that situation needs. But we all be having questions, and sometimes we just don't want to ask nobody because we feel like we may be annoying or know nothing. But now I'm telling you, this is really an exciting thing for me to see somebody growing, whether it's on the inside or on the outside. And so if you haven't changed your situation yesterday or today, hopefully you're granted tomorrow to be able to change those things that are not right, and those things that you can do better from this point forward. But you all grow your food, please do. Because these very things I'm talking to y'all about growing and stuff is all the things that hopefully a lot of you all don't get the experience. These shortages and stuff, but unfortunately I know some of us are going to experience them. But I know one thing, everybody gonna have enough toilet paper to wipe themselves. I know that. They gonna be stocked up on that for a good little minute. So, and then too, you don't know what this one port situation started, what's going to be the trickle down effects, what other problems are going to come along with it. You think this strike slash shortages will last long? From what I've been listening to, and the people I've been listening to, the people that I've been listening to them for a long time, and everything that I've been listening to them say, even when we was going through the pandemic and all of that stuff, everything that I listened to him say, he was spot on with not like trying to lead you down like the wrong spot or whatever. But he seems to think that this one of the main ones that I follow, he thinks this shortage is going to last probably about this strike, not the shortage. Let me correct that. This strike is probably going to last for about 2 weeks at the most. So we'll see, because none of us don't really know. But I'm telling you, his knowledge and stuff has seemed to be right on point with us. And if he wrong at this one time, he been right in so many different things, I still wouldn't doubt him. But he follow all the numbers and all of that there kind of stuff, and he kind of like try and give it to you like that right there without beating all around the bush and everything. And a lot of people may not like his delivery or whatever. He just straight to the point, and he dry with it. He ain't trying to make you laugh and smile and know none of that fancy stuff and tell you what you want to hear. He just gets straight to the point. He very dry with it and gone on. But I found out that a lot of the things that he say, he be spot on with it. So I'm going to say I think they're gonna last about two. But I've been saying a long time ago that I said about 3 or 4 months ago that I said we were gonna start experiencing shortages, which we already have been experiencing. In point blank period, none of the shelves ain't never get back. Like, did any of y'all stores go back to looking right since that C19 thing came through? Did any of y'all stores ever go back looking right after that point? Because to me, the stores around us never went back to looking like they did before, previously to that, right? But right now it's like we've been going in the stores, and every time I go in the store, there are shortages of a lot of different things that's not there. But it's not like drastic, like you can see everything. So we already expected some shortages, and especially with the Baltimore situation when the bridge got hit over there. So that was one way. But now we in a situation where there's three ports that ain't doing nothing. So we'll see. But until then, ain't not have fun seeing what you can create on your own, where you don't necessarily have to, depend on them. But like I said, y'all, that lettuce is where it at. If you use lettuce, a lot of the times, don't throw your lettuce away. Keep the head of it and let it grow lettuce. You can probably, within that next week, you can have your lettuce. You can be done growed you another head of lettuce on that lettuce by the time, if it's getting what is needed. Got some water and a little bit of some sort. You can go get a leaf of grass from outside and lay it in the water. Just one stem of grass. That one stem of grass will turn into nitrogen for that lettuce head to thrive off of. Lettuce loves nitrogen. Nitrogen helps any leafy plant grow. and you can cut grass and use grass as nitrogen is as a plant. Our shelves never got right. Yeah, Tasha, that's the same thing happened to us too. It don't seem like the grocery store ever got back. None of the stores ever got back right after we went through that pandemic. So that's what I see right now. So really, I just see it declining more and more and more. That's what I see. So, but you all, if there is nothing else and there is no more questions, hopefully I encourage somebody tonight to try and grow your own stuff, because this world ain't promises us nothing, and it don't owe us nothing. As long as it's providing air for me to breathe and some water for me to drink, I thank you for it. But it don't owe us nothing and don't gotta give us anything. So um some things you gotta go and you gotta snatch it for your own self. And if you already going through to the store, snatching the stuff off of it, going to the register and ringing it up and bagging it up your own self anyway, go ahead home and finish throwing it on the ground and let it pay you back for what you already done paid for. Ain't nothing better than that, right? So I want to say over here we are the this is Life with Tashana over here, where we're called the High Class Gardeners. And that just means that we make sure we growing something outside at all times in the yard, whether you're standing over and watching it grow like the paint on the wall, you just throw it in the ground and going on about your business. As long as you got something growing out there in your yard. Y'all, I can't tell you enough about those mango seeds. This year we had over 1,000 mangoes growed on our mango tree this last year. And from those, many more mango seeds have been planted a whole bunch of other places around in here. And I just look at it as, won't there be too many mango trees? Let me tell you something, what I do know. When mango season come, I know one thing: we won't be starving. If we have to eat mangoes every single day. And I don't mind with me a little apple cider vinegar, a little salt and pepper. I can eat me some. See, Gamma was on her watermelon kick, where she was eating watermelon every day. And every time Gamma pulled out watermelon, I was pulling out mangoes. I said, I'm in there with you, but in a different way. But I was in there. But we are the high class gardeners, and that just means that we always have something growing at all the time. The high class part just means over here we don't play around with no bugs, no snakes, and no worms out in the garden. So how you grow stuff, Miss Shauna? You heard what I said. I said I grow food. I don't play around with none of that stuff like that. And in real life, over here, we don't play around with no bugs, no snakes, and no worms. Just like that. And that's what qualifies us as high class gardeners. See, Gamma, you can be a gardener, girl. You ain't gotta play around with none of the. Hey, the proof is in the pudding. You done seen this gardener take off running. And then again, this is not a gardening channel. When we say about the gardening, whatever we growing out in our garden, we try to attach it to something, what an area that we want to grow in our own life. And when you plant that seed, you planting the seed, and you hoping that you getting what you planted. So be careful also of the seeds that you're growing. Whatever it is that we trying to grow through, say you ready to go to school, and you need a little bit of encouragement about you going to school or something. Plant your seed and let your plant speak to you as to how you're growing in that area. That's what I mean when I say that's what my garden is for me. This is not an actual gardening channel. I just like to talk about the stuff because that's what I did. That's a part of my life. That's what I do. I get stuff from the grocery store. I try to grow it. It doesn't trickle down to my kids. They try to grow it too. But that just happens to be where we are out in the garden whenever we come on here, or we talking about stuff in the garden, because there is peace in gardening. You should try it and see. But this is Life with Tashana over here. I'd like to thank you all for coming through and spending your time with me, because you could have been anywhere, but you decided to spend your time over here with me. Y'all stay on top of those ports and over there. And I told y'all, utilize your farmers markets. Look them up if you come into problems with finding your fruits and vegetables to make those good old smoothies y'all be making. I don't really drink it, but I know I can feel my heart breaking for those people that love to come on and make their smoothies and all of that stuff, because that that's where our issue is going to come with these shortages. Good luck to you all. Prayers up to you all, especially for those people that was in Helene. There was a lot of damage done in that storm, but y'all keep on pushing forward, and y'all have a great night. And again, I want to offer up condolences for that family that lost a loved one. Y'all send prayers up for them. And y'all have a great night. Love y'all.